Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET Englishtown.
Hello and welcome to another SSET video. Today we are doing our Monday, Wednesday, Friday 231A reading class. So you will need the reading workbook, and the book that we are reading in class is And I Mean It, Stanley. So make sure you have two books before you start. If you need to pause the video to go and get your books, now is a good time to do that. And when you come back, just press play and we'll get started. Today we are doing pages 67. Page 67 is the homework page. So we will look at the answers for the homework. Then we will do page 68 and 69. All right, so let's get started. First thing we are going to do is just read the book again, just so you can remember the story, so you know what happens. All right, so turn to page 7 in your book. Page 7 is the first page. When you're ready to go, let's go. Listen, Stanley, I know you are there. I know you are in back of the fence. Next page, page 8. But I don't care, Stanley. I don't want to play with you. I don't want to talk to you. You stay there, Stanley. Stay in back of the fence. I don't care. I can play by myself, Stanley. I don't need you, Stanley. And I mean it, Stanley. Page 12. I am having a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Next page, page 14. I am making a great thing, Stanley. A really, truly great thing. Page 16. And when it is done, you will want to see it, Stanley. Well, you can't. I don't want you to. And I mean it, Stanley. Page 18. I don't want you to see what I am making. You stay there, Stanley. Don't you look. Page 20. Don't you look. Don't even peek. You hear me, Stanley? Page 22. This thing I am making is really neat. It is really neat, Stanley. Next page, page 24. And it is all made now. The very best thing I ever made. Page 28. But don't you look, Stanley. I don't want you to see it. And I mean it. Stanley. Last page. Aw, Stanley. Okay, now, your last lesson you had to complete page 67 in the workbook. That was your homework. So let's have a look at the answers for page 67. So question number 1. You have to fill in all the missing words from the vocabulary list. So question number 1. But blank. Stanley, I don't want to play with you. So what was number 1? But I don't care, Stanley. I don't care. I don't care. Number 1. But I don't care, Stanley. I don't want to play with you. Number 2. You what me, Stanley? You blank me, Stanley. You hear me, Stanley. So number 2 is you hear me, Stanley. Number 3. And when it is blank, you will want to see it, Stanley. And when it is all done. And when it is all done, you will want to see it, Stanley. Number 4. I can play blank Stanley. I can play blank Stanley. I can play by myself. I can play by myself, Stanley. Number 5. Don't you look. Don't even. What was that word we used in the vocabulary for looking? Don't you look. Don't even peek. Don't you look. Don't even peek. All right. Make sure you write those 5 down, and then I will erase and we'll do number 6. All right, let's look at number 6. Number 6. I am having a blank of fun. I am having a blank of fun. I am having a lot of fun. I am having a lot of fun. Number 7. Blank Stanley, I know you are there. Blank Stanley, I know you are there. This is at the beginning of the book. Listen, Stanley, I know you are there. Listen, Stanley. Listen, Stanley, I know you are there. Now remember to start with a capital because it is the beginning of the sentence. Number 8. I know you are blank the fence. I know you are blank the fence. I know you are in back of the fence. In back of. I know you are in back of the fence. What was in back of? Do you remember? It means behind. So I know you are behind the fence. All right, question number 9. I don't blank you, Stanley. I don't blank you, Stanley. I don't need you, Stanley. I don't need you, Stanley. I don't need you, Stanley. And number 10, last one. Number 10, I am making a great thing, Stanley. A really blank great thing. I am making a great thing, Stanley. A really, truly great thing. A really, truly great thing. I am making a great thing. A really, truly great thing. All right, so there are your answers for 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Make sure you write the answers in page 67, and then we will move on to today's lesson. All right, so let's move on. Let's have a look at page 68. So page 68. Let's do page 68. The question number 1 is, look at page 12. What does the girl say? So have your book, look at page 12, and find out what the girl says. So here she is here on page 12. She says, I am having a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So the question is, look at page 12. What does the girl say? Number 1. Number 1. That's in the light there, so I'll just move that for you. So about here. Number 1. The girl says, I am having a lot of fun. The girl says, I am having a lot of fun. Now remember, you need to use these at the start and at the end of the girl talking. Now why do we use those? Because that is the girl talking. So that is someone saying something in the book. So make sure you use these at the start and at the finish. Make sure you start with a capital and finish with a period. All right, question number 2. Look at her face. Look at the girl's face. Look at the girl's face. On page 12, do you think she means what she says? Do you think she really means, I am having a lot of fun? Look at her face. Does she look happy? She doesn't look happy, does she? So do you think she really means, I am having a lot of fun? No, she doesn't. So no, she doesn't mean it. So she doesn't mean I am having a lot of fun, because she's not having a lot of fun. All right, let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3. Question number 2 has 2 questions. So that was the first question. So let's do the second part of question number 2. It says, why do you think she says it if she doesn't mean it? Why do you think she says, I am having a lot of fun? Why do you think she says that? She really wants to play with Stanley. But where is Stanley? Stanley is in back of the fence. He's behind the fence. So she says it because she really wants to play with Stanley. So question number 2, the second question was, why do you think she says it if she doesn't mean it? She really wants to play with Stanley, so that's why she says it. So the answer, she says it because she really wants to play with Stanley. She really wants to play with Stanley. All right, take some time to write your answer in your book. Let's look at question number 3. On page 14, is the girl still sad? Why do you think she's happier now? So this one has 2 questions. So have a look at your book, page 14. Is she still sad? No. Why is she happy now? So let's do the first question. On page 14, is the girl still sad? So no, she is happy now. Is the girl still sad? No, she's happy now. And we have another question for number 3. Why do you think she's happier now? Why is she happier now? She's happier now because she has finished making her thing. Look, she's making something here. She's making something here. And she's very happy about what she just made. So now she is happy now because she has made her thing. Is the girl happy now? Is the girl still sad now? No, she is happy now because she has made her thing. All right, make sure you write these in your book. If you need to pause the video, just pause and then play when you've finished. I'm going to erase this and then answer question number 4. Question number 4. What is the girl doing on pages 16 and 17? Let's have a look in your book, pages 16 and 17. Here we are, pages 16 and 17. What is the girl doing on pages 16 and 17? Page 16, she's looking through the trash. She's looking through the trash. It looks like she wants to get things to help make her a great thing. So she's looking through the trash, and what did she find? She found some shoes, which she is wearing now. She found a bottle, which she's holding. She found a hat, which she has on her head. So the question is, what is the girl doing on pages 16 and 17? The girl is looking in the trash, and she is wearing things she found. So question number 4. What is the girl doing on pages 16 and 17? The girl is looking in the trash, and she is wearing things she found. So she is wearing the shoes that she found, she's wearing the hat that she found, and she has a bottle in her hand that she found here as well. All right, so that is question number 4. Let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5 is, what is she using to make her really, truly great thing? So what is she using? What are the types of things that the girl is using to make her really, truly great thing? Have a look at your book, page 16 and 17. She's using a box. She's using a bathtub. She has a mop here. She has a piece of rope here. And she has a piece of wood and some buckets. All right, so the question is, question number 5. What is she using to make her really, truly great thing? So let's have a look. Let's make a list. The girl is using she's using a box, a bathtub, a rope. She has a mop here as well. A mop. She has some wood. So wood. And one more thing. Some buckets here. And buckets. So buckets. So we use the S, plural form, because there's more than one. So buckets. So question 5. What is the girl using to make her really great thing? The girl is using a box, a bathtub, a rope, a mop, wood, and buckets. And buckets. Make sure you put your period in there as well. All right, question number 6. Question number 6. What does she think Stanley will want when it is done? What do you think the girl thinks Stanley will want when she has finished making it, her great thing? Have a look on page 16 of your book. Have a look on page 16 here. The girl says, and when it is done, you will want to see it, Stanley. So she says, and when it is done, you will want to see it, Stanley. So let's read the question again. Question 6 was, what does she think Stanley will want when it is done? So we just read in the book, the girl thinks Stanley will want to see it. The girl thinks Stanley will want to see it. The girl thinks Stanley will want to see it. Make sure you have your capital at the start, period at the end. Now, question 7 and question 8 is multiple choice, so you have to choose which one is correct. So let's look at question number 7. Will she let him see it? Will she let Stanley see it? Why? We have 3 choices, A, B, C. A, yes, she will let Stanley see it because he didn't help or come. No, that's not correct. B, will she let him see it? No, because he didn't help or come out. That sounds good, but let's look at C first. Will she let him see it? Will she let Stanley see it? No, because he helped and watched her make it. Did Stanley help? No, Stanley didn't help and he didn't watch. So the correct answer is B, 7B. So all you need to do for number 7 is just circle B. Number 8. Again, A, B, or C. The question is, why do you think she is making a face like that? Why is she making a face like this? Why is she making a face like that? Now, A, because she is in the frame, she's posing. No, that's not correct. B, because she is angry. Yeah, that sounds good. And C, because she is looking in a mirror. Now, is she looking in a mirror? No, she's not looking in a mirror. So the correct answer is B. So 8B, just circle B. Now, let's go on to page 69. This is the last page today. After we do this, we will look at some vocabulary. Now, open your mind. You have to start thinking here. Number 1, do you have a pet? Do you have a pet? If you have a pet, what do you have? So a lot of people might have a dog or a cat or a puppy or a kitten. You might even have a hamster or a mouse or some fish. So whatever you have, please write it in your answer for number 1. What kind of pet do you have? Now, number 2, if you don't have a pet, would you like to have a pet? If you would like to have a pet, what would you like? What kind of pet would you like? Would you like a puppy dog or a kitten or fish? So number 2, if you don't have a pet, would you like a pet? And if you would like a pet, what kind of pet would you like? So number 3, what is good about having a pet? What are some of the good things about owning a puppy dog or a kitten? Well, some of the good things are they're a lot of fun, aren't they? You can play with them, you can teach them tricks, you can sleep with them. So there's lots of good things. They are good company, they can be your friend. So number 3, write down what is good about having a pet. Number 4, the question is, what is bad about having a pet? What is some things that is bad about having a pet? Well, pets make a lot of mess, don't they? So you have to clean up all the time. Make sure you care for your pet as well. You really have to care for your pet. Is that a bad thing? No, but what are some of the bad things about having a pet? So the main thing is that they make a lot of mess, so make sure you clean up and care for your pet. So have a look at, open your mind here. You have to start using your mind, use your brain and start thinking about these questions. All right, so when you have your answers, just write them in the book here. All right, so when you have, while you're doing this, just pause the video, answer the questions, and then you can restart the video and we will do some vocabulary. All right, so when you're ready to do the vocabulary, let's go to page 61. Page 61 is your vocabulary. Now we got down to need before. Need was the last word we did last time. Now let's do the next word after need. On page 12 it says lot. 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 Have a look in your book, vocabulary. Lot. What does that mean? The definition is very many, or very much. So I have a lot of board markers. So what do you have a lot of? Can you use this in a sentence? I have a lot of, or my mom or my dad has a lot of. So lot means to have very many or very much. Next word, truly. Truly, truly. On page 15. Remember the girl says, truly. She says, I am making a great thing, Stanley. A really, truly great thing. So what does truly mean? Truly is. You say this to show that when you are saying something, that it is really true. So when you say, the girl says, I am making a really, truly great thing. So she is making something that she believes is a really, really good thing. So truly means you say this when what you are saying is true. All right, let's move on to the next word, is done. Done. What does done mean? Done means finished. Done. I am done with my study for today. I am finished my study for today. So done means finished. All right, next word is peak. Peak. What does peak mean? Now remember the girl says peak in the book on page 20. What does she say? She says, don't you look, don't even peek. Don't even peek. So what does peek mean? Peek means to look for a very short time, usually so that no one will see you looking. Okay, so to look for a very short time and so that no one will see you looking. So it's very quickly, like, so make sure no one is watching you. So to peek, to look for a very short time. Let's move on to the next one. Here, here. Here. H-E-A-R, here. What does hear mean? Hear means to listen, listen. Did you hear me? Did you listen to me? All right. Hear means listen, listen. All right, one more word for today. We will do neat, neat. N-E-A-T, neat, neat. When does she say neat? Have a look in your book on page 22. The girl says, this thing I am making is really neat. This thing I am making is really neat. So what is neat? Neat is good. So she says, this thing I am making is really neat. This thing I am making is really good. So neat means good. All right, so make sure you practice using these words. See if you can make a sentence with these words, because it will help you understand what the word means, and then you can use the words later on. Okay, so practice your vocab with these words. Now your next page, if you are at home, to do your homework is on page 69. Page 69, which is under Open Your Mind, what we did today. You have to list three things the girl was using to make her really, truly great thing. Remember we answered that in one of the questions, so you can have a look at the book, have a look when she finished building her really, truly great thing. After she's finished making this, you have to write three things that she used to make her great thing. All right. That's all we have time for today. So today was your 1A, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 2:30 class. Today we did reading. This is your reading workbook. This is the book we are reading, and I mean it, Stanley. So until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. SSET Englishtown.